a question that started as a simple question and has turned into a nationwide group marching across the country.
Yeah, we're talking about carrying the load and the volunteers walking and going through different stops in parts of the country and ending up in Dallas. And we see that Ian Russell is joining us now along part of what may be the walk. Ian.
Yeah, hey, Rolly, Marlisa. This is part of the group here that just left Little Rock National Ceremony not too long ago. And we've got quite a few different organizations out here right now. It's kind of crazy to think about how fast they've been making time right now. They started in Memphis just yesterday, and now they're here in Central Arkansas. But of course, when you've got a cause as important as this, it's kind of hard to slow down.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, or in this case, 1,500 miles, and a whole lot of steps.
It's a long day, yeah.
From West Point to Dallas, this group has been walking since the beginning of May.
When you put your, what you're doing up against what they've been through, and a lot of them have been, they've been carrying this for years.
Their group, Carry the Load, has relays like this one happening all across the country, and that name is a lot more than just a slogan on the side of their bus. It all started with a question.
Having the discussion with his family, what are we going to do for Memorial Day?
The founders of the program are former military and started Carry the Load to remember what Memorial Day is about. Not a day off work, but a reminder of the sacrifices of our military and first responders.
And he starts walking around a lake in Dallas, and somewhere in that little trip around the lake, he passes an old crusty war vet, World War II veteran, and that veteran looks at Clint and says, "Hey son, who are you carrying?"
What started small is now big, with money raised to help veterans when they come home, as well as honoring their legacy.
I would say a lot of them are when parents are talking to you, and I'm a little younger, but just seeing my own parents and them and talking with them, hearing how proud they were of what their sons and daughters have done.
There's an old saying that we heard years ago out here that, when somebody dies, in service to their country or service to their community, that they die twice. Once when they actually die, and then the second time is when people quit speaking their name.
And when your mission is as important as this one.
And I keep telling myself, if I can just do 1/10 of that for one person, man, it's been all worth it.
They'll carry the load as long as they have to.
It's a short-term thing, and it's not much suffering.
And a lot of times it may not be in a big rally, it may not be in a big gathering, it may just be a one-on-one conversation, and I still think that's important. Sometimes it's even more impactful when you do it one-on-one.